Thunder Report from 107.7 The Franchise.
I'm David Garrett in Chesapeake Energy Arena with a special Thunder Report as Thunder General Manager Sam Presti just spoke to the media about the acquisition of Caron Butler. Plus, as an added bonus, we get the pregame talk from Thunder coach Scott Brooks. Here first is Sam Presti.
Well, I guess I'll just start with an opening comment, and then you guys can fire away. Really pleased about the opportunity to add Caron Butler to our team and to our organization, also to the community. He's somebody that we feel like is going to add and complement to our team. He brings physicality, which I feel like, we're a pretty physical team, but as you head into the latter half of the season, if you're going to play in meaningful games, you want to continue to have a physical presence. He does that on both ends of the floor. He's a guy that can make shots and make timely shots. We think that's a compliment to the group that we have, and it's added depth. And as we've seen through this season, we're going to need everybody. We've had a lot of different scenarios thrown at us. I'm really happy to say that I think we've dealt with them pretty well, especially through the preparation that our coaches have put in place in terms of developing the entire roster and having guys that can be utilized. And Caron's another person that we feel like can add to the group, and we're really excited about adding him. So with that, I would answer any questions that you guys have.
When did you first start to get into your mind and realize that we need to bring someone else into the roster?
Well, it's in response to your question. I think it's not necessarily the way we look at it as a need, but I think we look at it more as an opportunity. We feel really good about the group that we have. The guys that have got us to this point deserve a lot of credit. They've put in a lot of time, and the guys have played well. At the same time, we're always trying to find ways where we can enhance and help fortify the group that's in place. And we feel like Caron's someone that can do that for the reasons that I mentioned earlier.
Sam, was he able to get into town? Is he here now? What is his?
Yeah, that's a little bit of an adventure at the moment, as you can imagine. Good thing is he's from Milwaukee, so from Racine, I should say. So he's not unaccustomed to travel delays and things of this nature. But he'll be with the team tomorrow. Probably the first time he'll be with the team. But we're working through that at the moment.
Reports out of Miami were that they couldn't offer him much playing time. That was the reason why he might not like that. Do you think that's kind of what maybe drew him here? You could offer him maybe more playing time than some of the others?
Well, one of the things we don't do is we don't guarantee minutes. So I couldn't speak specifically to, how much he'll play or what role he'll play. That's always going to be up to the coach. It's going to be up to Scotty. With that being said, I think that he certainly adds more versatility to our group. I think he's a different type of player. And I think it's just another person that complements the group that we have in place. And I think we'll always be selective about the people that we look at, especially at this period of time, when you have a team that is playing well. It's going to have its struggles here and there, but we feel good about the group. And if we're going to bring somebody in, we want to make sure that it's someone that fits what we're trying to accomplish, both on and off the floor. And hopefully that person is going to see the same fit. And that's probably the thing that we're most pleased about, is that, Caron, saw this as an opportunity that he wanted to pursue. He understands, what we're trying to do organizationally and wants to be a part of that. With that being said, we're really excited about adding him because he represents a lot of things that we value and, that are in place with the team currently that can only make it stronger.
Sam, how much does Scott get involved with these acquisitions?
Well, anytime we make a decision, I listen to everybody. I want opinions from everybody. That's how we do most things within the organization. So certainly, speaking with our coaching staff and getting an understanding of, how they see, a player like Caron Butler is, certainly a significant part of the process. And as I said before, I want to be a great listener, and then try to decipher that information and make the best decision I can for the organization. So heavily.
So when you actually talking to the guy going through that process, whatever player it is, Scott, get involved with that part of the process and talk to the player at that point?
It depends on the situation, because there's so many different periods of time. During the year, you've got draft, you've got free agency, you've got trade deadline. You can't really do that. But in this particular case, he's really focused on the season. He's obviously spoken to Karan, but most of those conversations are taking place with myself. And then I also want to make sure that I acknowledge the fact that Mike Wilkes and Troy Weaver specifically did a great job during this process with Karan Butler. They were fantastic. The people that I work with on a daily basis throughout the organization are tremendous, and the people that work in the front office, as I've said before, I'm really just a representation of that group of people, and Troy and Mike were wonderful with this.
What role did Troy play?
I think, another person that could present the organization, so it's not just coming from me. I think multiple voices is always good, and it just gives you another person to answer questions.
Sam, would you have made this investigation and signing had the Thunder not had the injury problems that they've had?
I think it's kind of a hypothetical. I mean, I don't think anything we've done is a result of an injury. I think what we've done is looked at where we are, kind of looked at the body of work for the season, having seen the team play for quite a bit now, and just make a determination, as to if this was an additive, transaction. And we felt like it was. I feel really good, as I said earlier, I feel really good about how we've been able to adjust and adapt through the different, curveballs we've been thrown this season. I think the depth of the team, the development of the group as a whole, due to the players and the coaches and the work that they've done, has certainly helped us, stabilize ourselves. I think we've grown through the season, but I also would be remiss if I didn't say I expect us to continue to get better as the season progresses. And I'd expect that we see continued growth from the group as a whole, not just from one player or one specific group of players.
Well, first of all, I'm excited. I'm excited about him joining our team. He adds to the experience that we have. He adds to the toughness that we have. He's really developed into a very good three-point shooter. It's something that, going down this stretch of the season, that he can help us. And then in the playoffs, you're going to need players that can do those things in a playoff game, and his experience obviously adds to our team.
Sam mentioned that you're starting Perry tonight. Was Caldwell out? Do you think that's kind of maybe a permanent thing, a game?
Well, that's something I've been thinking about for a while now. Last few days. That position might be a little fluid at times. I think a lot of guys, I've done it early in the season with Dre, taking that spot when Topo missed a game or two. But tonight is Perry. That's all I can really go on tonight. We'll see. And it's not going to be predicated on how Perry plays tonight. It's just going to see how, different guys, different matchups, and then it gives us some flexibility, see how guys respond in different roles. So I'm going to use that spot with it. Go ahead.
Were you trying to set an NBA record for height in the starting lineup? You got four guys 16.
It is pretty athletic and long. Hopefully we can use that and use our length. That's one of the things that we take pride in. We have guys that can alter shots and change shots with our contest. Kevin Russell, Perry, Serge. We can do a lot of switching in certain lineups out there. But I'm looking forward to seeing how Perry plays tonight. I think he's had some good moments this year, and his confidence has been developed throughout this season. He hasn't played a lot of minutes, but he's played good enough minutes that he's done well in.
Why not go with Jeremy in the starting lineup, and will there be times when you might go to him?
Well, yeah, like I said earlier, that position will be fluid. You know, we got some options there. We have quite a few players that we can fill into that spot.
But is Jeremy a guy that you want to keep in the second unit to keep that together? Is that kind of why you stick with him?
I had to pick somebody, and right now Perry's the guy. I wanted to see Perry play. I thought he's had some good moments the last few weeks, and it's going to give him extended amount of time, and then see how he does with the first unit. You know, he's a guy that we like. But Jeremy, you know, he's going to get an opportunity. I don't know when, but I'm sure eventually he might. I'm not going to put that in concrete, but he might have an opportunity to get a starting game.
When Perry will have a particular role, or do you always see him kind of moving around and just being a flexible player to start?
Yeah, I mean, he does. He has that role for us before the injury was kind of like the utility player, and you can't play everybody. This is not the league where you can coach your team and everybody gets to play and your kid gets the most minutes. But it's a very tough league to get minutes, and when you're on a good team, it's hard to get minutes, and they're earned, and some of the minutes that are there, it's hard to spread around. But I think Perry has done a great job of working in practice and continued to develop. Tonight he's starting. Don't know how many minutes he will get. I anticipate him playing well in his minutes, playing hard.
Perry's one of a number of guys who you've been able to go to late to close games. How much value do you place on having a lot of options, just in terms of how you're going to close the final minutes of close games?
Well, you have to have guys that are committed to the team, and Perry is, and like all of our guys, Perry gives us some good length on the defensive end. He gives us some athleticism on the break. I like to see him get to the offensive glass more, but he's going to get opportunities tonight with extended minutes. He's going to be able to get comfortable with that first unit. There's not going to be a lot of plays run for him, so that's why he's going to have to get him off the glass and be an opportunistic scorer and being spotted. I think his outside shot has improved, so it's going to help him.
That's Thunder coach Scott Brooks, and as he said, the starting lineup tonight, a different one. Perry Jones will join Steven Adams as newcomers, along with Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and Serge Ibaka. We'll have a game wrap-up and video posted for the Thunder Report for tomorrow after Oklahoma City's game tonight against Charlotte. That's this special edition of the Thunder Report. I'm David Garrett for 107.7 The Franchise.